Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is early Thursday morning. It is early Thursday morning. We love you, we love you, love you. I just came on quickly, just to say something to the Titus 2 women. I just want you to know again that I love you and thank God for you. May God arise and all of your enemies be scattered. May God arise and all of your enemies be scattered. Listen, let me say something about enemies and frenemies. Enemies and frenemies. You know, we are very careful about how we allow our enemies to come into our space, into our circle. When it comes to our enemies, and I'm not coming to give the enemy any glory this morning, but I want us to be very careful when it comes to differentiating our enemies and our frenemies. Enemies and frenemies. Good morning to everyone. I want us to be very careful when it comes to this because we're so alert when it comes to our enemies, but we're not as alert as when it comes to the frenemies, people who proclaims to be your friend. I mean, all the way from uh, some of our leaders, all the way from some of our leaders all the way down to the parishioners and people that we allow in our lives, people that we allow in our lives. So we got to be very, very careful about who we talk to in this hour. Uh, who we talk to in this hour, which will become our frenemies. Hear me, our frenemies. They seem like our friends. They seem like they have our back. It seems like they for us. It seems like they want the best for us. We are careful when it comes to the enemies, but when it comes to the people that we call our friends, we begin to tell them things. We begin to share things with them. There's things that they do for us that trying to camouflage that they have our best interests at heart. But we have to be very careful in this hour because God, listen, we're in our 8th month, which is new beginning. I go back and say it. I caught hell. Amen. I caught hell. What seemed like hell to me from January all the way until July. And then God said, enough is enough. That's what he said. Enough is enough. I showed myself worthy. I praised God through the circumstance that I was going through. I did not, let me say, I did not murmur and grumble. Hear me, I did not murmur and grumble. I didn't like the circumstances that I was going through because it was a new thing. Amen. Out of all the time and I was in ministry, out of all the time that I was doing what God said. Um, this was a new thing at 67 years old. First time for some of the things that I went through. Amen. I went through a lot of these things when I was in the world, but not while I was on the Lord's side. So be careful who you trust with your most intimate secrets, things that you are going through, because people will use those things to try to sabotage and to try to block what God is doing. But one of the things I can say is that God has showed himself faithful through me persevering, through me going through, good morning, through me going through what it is I'm going through. I will not allow my enemies to be in my circle. And so we have to be careful who we are calling our friends in this hour, because some of the people that we are calling our friends is frenemies. And I do not like giving the enemy any glory concerning my life whatsoever. I do not like. But one of the things God revealed to me, people who proclaim to be our friend, who has our best interests at heart, people that we don't raised up in ministry, people that we let walk beside us in ministry, people that we would let walk beside us in ministry. And I'm not talking about any specific person because I'm big enough. If I got something to say, I will say it. But I just want you to beware of people who walk closely beside you, people that's you never had to question before, people that, you never had to look across your shoulders before. And then there are people that we knew that did not have our best interests, but because of the love that we have for people, we will allow them to get into our space. Be careful in this hour. God is giving us a new beginning. Some of the people just cannot go. And I don't like to even talk about that. Some of the people just cannot go. Some of the people cannot be in a perimeter that's very close to you, very close to knowing what's going on in your life. Some people, I want to know what God is doing, because there's a major thing that is about to take place for me the first of the year. Contracts has been already signed, but I'm very careful about who I let know. And then there's some people I want to know just to see if these people are going to go behind your back and begin to say things about it. Good morning. We're talking about enemies versus frenemies. Enemies versus frenemies this morning. And so let us be very careful. Learn how to keep what God is doing under your belt. We don't have to, it make us think that we're important when we begin to share things that are going on in our lives, especially big things that we know that God is doing in our lives. And it's a hard thing to keep something like that under wraps. And it's not that we're gloating, but I have earned where God is taking me now. I have earned it. I have earned it because of sabotage spirit. I have earned it because people that walk with me, trying to set traps and hurdles in our life. And so we gotta be very careful of who we call our enemies, because our frenemies are really our enemies. The people that we call our friends is really our enemies. They're jealous. They don't want to see you go forward. They don't want to see open doors. But now I just want you to know there are new opportunities, new doors, new platform. Hear me, new platform that God is allowing doors to be open. And listen, people that could have helped you, hear me. People that could have helped you did not help you. People that could have opened doors for you did not open doors. It was not their fault. God did not want it to happen. So what God is doing is sending new people. People are searching you out. Hear me, because the people that God has sent to me in the last week since August have come in is not people that I searched out. I didn't know anything about these people, but God strategically have people that is seeking you out and searching you out to open doors, new opportunities, new platform, so nobody can get the glory but God. And I know that is what, through all the hell that I went through from January to July, I know this is nobody but the hand of God that's on my life. I'm not gloating. I'm not trying to be anything, but listen, all I say is wait and you shall see. Wait and you shall see. So make sure that you differentiate who's your enemy, because you're not going to let your enemy in your close circle. You're not going to be telling your enemies about certain things, except God allow them to be in your life to help expose. And God is exposing people. Hear me. He is exposing people that you thought was for you. He's exposing it. This is the hour of exposure. You don't even have to do anything. Then people go around like you done mistreated them. You did something to them, and you ain't did a thing. But God revealed the heart of people. He reveals the heart of the people that are around you. And listen, don't get angry. Don't get mad. Just tell God, thank you. Just tell him thank you. Just tell God thank you, because he's revealing the heart of man in this hour. God is revealing the heart of man in this hour. And if I can say anything to you, walk in love, because there's things I could have said, things that I could have exposed, things that I didn't know that was going on. This is some of the things that I didn't know that was going on all around and about me. People are having secret conversations about you. They're having secret conversation. They're cahooting with the enemies concerning your life. Let me tell you something. God will expose you. You can be sitting right up in the midst of people, and God will show you stuff. He will show you things, but be quiet. Just be quiet. Pray for them that despitefully misuse you. Hear me? Pray for them that despitefully misuse you. because God will take care of it. We will reap what we sow. Hear me, I say it. We will reap what we sow. If you sow into corruption, that's what you're going to reap. And especially when God done told you to shut your mouth. Learn how to be, the Bible says, study to be quiet, because God is the real revealer of the heart. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. He pitied every groan. Long as I live, when trouble rise, I will haste around his throne. Listen, this is Apostle Janet Clary coming to you this morning. I don't get a chance to be on in the morning anymore because I'm on a job. I didn't even tell people that, some people that I had a job. Amen. I may tell you that I got a job, but I haven't told my frenemies where I work. But it's a lot of people know where I work. It's a lot of things that I didn't desire people to know. But when you got frenemies around you, they'll make sure that the word get out. They will make sure that the word get out, and then you'll know who hard God is exposing. Listen, have a fantastic Thursday. A fantastic Thursday. Walk in love. I'm talking about genuine love. I ain't talking about love with your mouth, but I'm talking about that mouth and that heart can line up, and that you will know it's nobody but the Lord that has did it for you. That's the only thing I want to tell you. Walk in love, no matter what people do to you, because God has the final say. People can go around and they can say what they want to say, but it's your story, it's my story. But God knows the whole story. And in the end, he's going to reveal the heart of man. Amen. Listen, this is a beautiful Thursday morning. I want you to know that I love you, love you, love you, love you with all my heart. When I say it, there are great things coming on tonight. Dr. LaShonda Love will be on talking about social media, how we present ourselves on social media, how not to keep going on Facebook, getting a picture. Take some professional pictures. You need professional picture, one professional headshot, so that we'll look like we know what it is that we're doing. I love you. Join us tonight at 8 o'clock. Dr. Romanita Smith will be hosting tonight. She will be hosting. That's the vice president of Titus 2 Woman. She will be hosting. I love you. Thank you for joining me this morning. Every opportunity that I get to get on in the morning, I will be on before I go to work. Love you, now. Thank you for joining.